So I've just been seeing a bunch of crazy like movies this week, especially Borderlands and The Crow. I don't want to talk about those films because they've already been reviewed a lot by different people. So instead of like reviewing those films, I want to review a little smaller film that's out right now. And I actually just saw it a couple hours ago, and it's called Strange Darling. But before I even do that, I also want to thank everybody for supporting my channel for the past couple weeks. It's just been like off and on. I did get my TIFF tickets, so fingers crossed. I hope I get to do entire coverage of the festival when I'm there. But for now, let's just focus on this review for Strange Darling.
How did I get so lucky tonight?
I know it isn't true. No, it isn't true.
So this new film, Strange Darling, is shot in 35mm, and it stars Kyle Gallner, who's pretty much like Scream King. And I say that because he's been appearing in a bunch of Scream films and just horror movies in general, and he's usually the first one to get killed. But here he plays a serial killer who is basically chasing a woman that he held captive in the beginning of the movie, and pretty much like this whole movie is split into several chapters. 6 in fact, and those 6 chapters shift between chapter 1 and then 3 and then 6 and then back to 2, and it just completely just goes like all over the place non-linearly. And the angel and the devil are both chasing each other, the devil being Kyle Gallner and the angel being Willa Fitzgerald, and her performance in this is really, really interesting, to say the least. I don't want to spoil it, but there's a lot of like twists and turns throughout this entire film, and it plays a lot with just like 70s exploitation aesthetics. And I say that because it's basically like a movie you would watch on like VHS if you would like rent it on like Redbox or even Blockbuster, to say the least. But I think this film is really, really interesting, and it shows just a lot of like weird 70s like exploitation, like split Doppler moments, especially in the middle of this film in like a hotel room where it's like fully like drenched in like reds and like blues and like different types of colors that like shift between the chapters. And we don't really see these types of movies lately, especially since horror movies, a lot of them either are like schlocky or just full-on franchise filmmaking. But here, like, it's very contained, straightforward. Even the narrative is like non-linear, but you can follow it like pretty simply and easily. I mean, Kyle Gallner, like, his performance in this is really, really, really something. Like, I've seen him in a bunch of films, but here I think he fully like commands the screen, especially when he gets into like the darker moments in this film. And you could say also with Willa Fitzgerald, her performance is kind of borderline possession style filmmaking, where she starts to like lose it halfway through the film. And again, like this film just really encapsulates the absurdity of 70s exploitation films. And while also that this film has 70s like style, you can basically thank Giovanni Ribisi for this cinematography job. And it was really surprising to see that, because he's an actor first and a craftsman like secondly. But here, like, it's completely flipped. He shows up like near the end of the film, but in like a really, really small role. But his cinematography style is really interesting, and it plays again a lot with like 70s exploitation aesthetics. There's a lot of weird shots and like split Doppler moments, and just, man, like, this was just, I really enjoyed it. I don't really have anything else to say about this film because I don't want to like spoil it. But yeah, man, like this fucking rocked, and I'm glad I like checked this out in theaters. And you should definitely do that before it leaves, either this week or the following week as I record this video. But yeah, that's just like a little small review of Strange Darling. I hope you guys enjoy this. Yeah, I hope to talk about the Oscars and what's going on right now before I leave for Toronto. But I think that will be out this week or before I leave, but we'll see. Thank you guys. Peace out.